Yeah, I mean, they did it in the first 2 games too. They came out hard and physical, and we we knew it was going to happen, and I just didn't think we were quite prepared and ready for it. I think once we settled in, we started playing pretty good and taking it to them. I thought it was just game was they were up 3-0 just like that, and it's hard to come back from that. So next game we're going to have to come out way harder and start with that aggressiveness that they had tonight, and we'll be fine. I'm not really worried about that. We just got to come out and have a better start.
You weathered their starts before, just like you say, so what went into them kind of getting out of that with a 3-0 lead?
I mean, yeah, they get that goal where he kicks it and then deflects it in the air like 40 seconds into the game. Like we knew that they were going to start throwing pucks to the net, bodies to the net, and I mean, it's a skill play, but I'm a little, unfortunate, a little lucky, I think, to kick it like that and then, bat it out of the air, bar down. Like, I mean, 40 seconds into the game, it's tough to start like that. And then, from there, they, I mean, just it's hard when that's your start, and it's frustrating, and we just got to come out stronger, and they came out hitting again, and we got to do that to them.
Your goal, was it a goal?
I mean, I saw a video on the bench that looked pretty evident. I mean, I don't know what angle they saw. From what I understand, they said that they didn't have an angle of it, and meanwhile it was on the scoreboard, and their crowd kind of went, oh. Based on their reaction, I thought it was in the net, and I thought you could see the puck on its side in his glove in the net. I don't know what else you got to do, but if it wasn't a goal, it was a good save, and it's good luck. We, it would have been nice to get that one and get the power play rolling and get us back in the game. But I thought it was a goal, but who knows? I don't really know anymore.
I mean, you pointed right away.
Oh yeah, I saw his glove in the net. Like obviously, he made a great save, but like I was on the goal line and I saw his glove in the net and his puck in the mesh of the glove, and you see it pretty evidently in the video, I think. Obviously biased, but I don't know how much more they need to see the puck in the net. But if they have an angle where it doesn't show it, then, nothing I can say then.
What are you seeing from the power play on the whole? Last one, guys.
Well, we had some good looks, especially to start. Like that one, Jamo had a couple good looks. We had a couple net front whacks at it that could have gone. Bennington made some good saves at the right time, and they did a better job on our entries today. We had a little bit of a tougher time breaking in and getting set up, and we'll clean that up. We're not, we're going to build off that and see where we can improve and move on. I mean, we had some good looks. The pucks, Bennington's made some good saves on the power play so far, but, we're creating those chances, and that's all you can ask for, and eventually the puck's going to go into the net for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I think starting better is definitely an emphasis for us here going forward in the series. But I think we didn't execute in the first period, and especially the first 10 minutes. They're going to come hard. That's their MO. They're aggressive on the forecheck, and they play an aggressive game. So that's where we have to do a better job executing with the puck. To move it past that aggressiveness that we didn't handle well in that first period.
Last season you talked about we have levels we need to get to. Is this one of those mid-series gut-check moments to find one?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it after the game. It's a 2-1 series now. You lose that game in overtime, you lose that game how we did. It's the same result. Playoffs are all about turning the page, learning lessons and improving as the series goes on, but also being able to turn the page. So we'll look at the areas we need to improve, obviously to start, as I referenced, and turn the page. I think that's important. But our team's done a great job all year of being resilient and bouncing back from games that that aren't us. So that's our expectation over the next few days.
You said games that aren't ours. Did you feel they made adjustments tonight that you guys had trouble with, or was it more along the lines that you guys just didn't have it?
I'll have to look at it in terms of their adjustments. I think bottom line, like we've talked about all year, it's about we try to look at what we're doing and what we do in our room and how we know when we're at our best and when we're not. And like I said, that first period especially, that's where we have to come out and execute under pressure and that aggressiveness that they're throwing at us. So we'll look at the video. Like I said, we'll learn from the mistakes we made and the areas we can improve, and turn the page. It'll be huge to like I said, it's 2-1. So turn the page and get going.
You guys did a good job in the year of taking situations that you'd be able to take and use in the playoffs. You never really had a game kind of like this, but in the end, I guess it's one game. They don't give them 2 games for scoring 7 goals in a game. Is this any harder to move on because they had the performance that they had?
If you look at, I think the score gets a little inflated, obviously, with some of the penalties near the end of the game, and just kind of the way things shook out. But we made it 3-1, and obviously we're trying to get back into that hockey game. I thought the second was better for us as well. So at the end of the day, like I said, playoffs all about momentum, all about learning lessons in series, adjusting in series, getting better within the series, and that's something that we need to do over the next few days, but then turn the page and come out with a great start on Sunday.
Do sortouts get any?
Last one, guys.
Do sortouts get any tougher when you lose your longtime partner right before the game?
Listen, obviously you develop a chemistry with a partner, and but we've got lots of great players back there. So at the end of the day, definitely miss Mel out there. Hopefully he's back Sunday, but at the end of the day, it's like I said, that's not an excuse.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
wondering if there were adjustments that they made in their game that you guys may have struggled with today.
Obviously, they did, right? Obviously, they made adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll look at their adjustments, and obviously we'll have to do some things as well.
You guys have had a lot of scenarios in the regular season that you've been able to learn from. You guys didn't quite have a game like this, and I'm wondering if it makes it any harder to bounce back given the magnitude of the score.
It's one game. We lost one game, whether it's 7-2 or 1-0. We lost one game in this series. We lost the game in the first period. Scored 2 goals in the first 3 minutes. Got on our heels. Crowd got behind them. We were terrible in the first period. Game was over in the first.
To that point, I think both your players, pretty clear message going forward that the starts have not been where you need them. And
Game 2 start was fine.
Yeah.
Game 2 start was fine. Game 1, they came out really hard. They didn't score, but we weathered it. Came back and dominated the second and third. Game 2 is a different story tonight. They dominated that. They dominated the first period, and they scored to go along with it.
When did you know DeMello would not be available?
Not till like 4 o'clock.
And it was illness? Okay. And obviously it wasn't the reason you lost. What explanation did you get on the Perfetti shot?
There was no clear-cut picture that showed the puck was over the red line. It made it look like it. There's lots of things that made it look like it was, but there was no perfect evidence that it was 100% over the line. Obviously, the call on the ice was no goal.
Just sticking with the power play, obviously it's been a strength of your group all year. What can you do to generate a little bit more?
I think that we had some looks, we shot some pucks, but it's the next ones. Bennington, he's seeing the puck, and then there's rebounds that we didn't get to. There's numerous chances, and that for me is even though you look at P's goal at the end. Barron was he didn't get to see that one, but if we're going to shoot pucks, we need numbers, and that's one area where we've been our power play has been very good at. When we've attacked the net, the numbers have got there to create second and third opportunities.
You've weathered their starts before, you've weathered the storm, but not with the 3-0 deficit. What was the difference between their start and them getting rewarded for it like they were?
Well, heck of a play by Bushnevich. Kicked it and then knocked it out of the air to get it started 40 seconds into the game. All of a sudden, lighten up the building even more. But then, they gave up the power play goal, and we're down 2-0 4 minutes into it. Then you're chasing the game from that point forward.
Sometimes you guys have angles that we don't. Did you have anything on the Perfetti situation where you were like, actually, I kind of do believe in that one?
Yeah, we saw 2 or 3 that it really looked like his glove was in the net, but there was never anything video where it actually showed the goal line and the puck being over. There was nothing, whether it was his glove, bits and pieces of his glove was in the way or whatever it was. It was at that time. It was, usually when it's called on the ice a goal, you got to be 100% to overturn it. When it isn't called a goal, you have to 100% overturn it. Sorry.
Yeah. When Gustafson makes it 3-1 there, that's probably the first moment where you've got some life.
Yeah.
You've won third periods before, so I guess my question is, what did you see on their fourth goal, and how deflating was that moment?
Yeah, we gave ourselves a chance, got going. There was parts of the second period there where, we had lots of zone time. We had opportunities to be in there under the rink. We didn't get. I think we ended up with 1 or 2 scoring chances. We didn't get bodies there. We had some point-blank looks. We missed the net. Just a lot of stuff, tendencies that really isn't our hockey team. That goal, again, we made a mistake on our coverage, and those type of things that we gave up the middle of the ice a lot tonight. Probably if I'm going to talk about the whole game, we gave up the ice a lot tonight through the middle, which we don't usually do.
Scott, goalie pulls are very rare with Connor. Why was it important to give him a chance to reset it early and take him out of the game? Just with Hellebuyck, you don't pull him very often. Why was it important to get him out of there?
At the end of the day, it's just, whatever. The game got out of hand. It was just whatever. I know it was late, but at the end of the day, you just get calm some minutes.
Thank you.